Hello, everybody. We're back after a break, and we have our second lesson on strategies in team sports. So we're going to go through various strategies, maybe in combatives or strategies for overcoming fitness obstacles. But today I'm going to do our second lesson on team sports because we had played so many dual and individual and team sports in the fall and spring. So you'll see here, the standard we're working on is analyze situations to determine appropriate strategies to use in team activities. So if someone keeps scoring a lot of points on your team, how are you going to adjust? Obviously, a game is not any fun if one team just keeps winning and one person keeps scoring. We talk a lot about cooperation and passing the ball and moving. So we're going to talk a lot about personal space and moving during this. And you'll see here our learning target is I can analyze various tactics and adjust to the situation. So although you are not being able to go outside and play basketball against anybody or have a team game, I'm going to use my toys to demonstrate how to do that. Word wall, building upon the last segment on this topic, we had zone, person to person, and the give and go. So I'm going to talk briefly about that some more. So let's put this down. And once we put that down, I'm going to flip this around right here. Okay, and you'll see here, so there was that give and go play that we previously spoke about. And there was the person-to-person play. It's a defensive strategy. And then we had our zone defense. Okay, so what I have set up here today is two teams. Okay, so team one is going to be these race cars. And team two is going to be these demolition derby cars. So as you can see here in physical education, we normally don't play 11 on 11 or even 8 on 8. We try to keep our classes small enough to where we can just play with 5 on 5 or 6 on 6 or whatever it might work out to be. So you see here, to start the game, we have 3 offensive players, 2 defensive players, and 1 goalie. This would be like a hockey formation or maybe a team handball formation, or you can even have that as a soccer formation if you wanted. And so here we go. They have the same formation because they're starting the game. Maybe we're going to do jump ball. Maybe we're going to play hockey, whatever it might be. Okay, but let's talk about what happens after this occurs. Normally what happens is one team has to be on offense and one team has to be on defense. So I'm going to take away a couple players and show you one common adjustment you would make in a situation. So here you go. This team over here has its goalie and its 2 defense and its 3 offense. Okay? But for argument's sake, I'm just going to keep the goalie, and I'm going to remove one of the offensive people. And so now we have defense as a square. Okay, do you see that? Now, this offensive team is going to come down, and they're going to try to score. What normally happens is the whole offense pulls up. The goalie obviously stays back here. And so these 2 are at the top, and now all of them are playing defense. Maybe this other defender is over here trying to go back and forth between these 2 people. But what happens is this zone might break down with one simple play, and it'd be called the give and go. So let's move all these people, move these people, and let's watch. So they're playing zone. They're just guarding an area. They're not guarding a person unless they come to that area. So these 2 cars are going to come down, okay? And if this car has the ball, it's going to go in here and pass it right to this car in the middle of this zone. So now whose person is that? Well, they can go there and get them, or they could go there and get them, but a lot of time it leads to confusion because you're guarding an area. So this car would just go right against the goalie, boom, and perhaps score. So what can we do to offset that if our zone is not working? If our zone is not working, we could play person to person. And so what would happen, they might start out in that formation, okay? But what could happen is when this person comes in, now this person takes him. And then this person comes in and this person guards them. And then this person comes in and this person guards them. And then this person drops back to help the goalie. So if your defense is in a zone and it's getting beaten by the give and go, you could switch to person defense. That's one strategy, okay? Our PowerPoint and our discussion is going to focus on other strategies you can use because obviously there's way more offensive strategies and more defensive strategies that we could talk about through various sports. This was maybe team handball or hockey. It definitely was not basketball or soccer. You could talk in your discussion about basketball or soccer and what might happen. But let's review here. Our learning target was to analyze the situation to determine appropriate strategies to use. So the defense adjusted, okay? And then you'll see here, I can analyze various tactics and adjust to the situation. The defense was the people that adjusted because the offense scored the first goal because they were just guarding an area. Hey, that's your person. Oh, no, that's my person. The easiest way to think about this is if you are getting beat on defense, you need to change your formation. They could have changed to maybe a 3-2-1 or a 3-4-2 or whatever it might be in the sport. You just have to think about it. So this was our second lesson on these strategies. I do not want you to post anything about these strategies because we're going to be talking about offensive strategies in different sports. So if you have any questions, feel free to send me an email. I'm going to try to make it as clear as possible so nobody has any struggles with this one. And I hope you have a good day. This is our first lesson back from break. Have a good one.